Injury Florida Law Firm's Katherine Stone is back with us to talk about workers' compensation and put the spotlight on the term maximum medical improvement. Katherine, you are looking fabulous.
Thank you. So are you.
Digging the blazer.
Thanks.
Digging the blazer. Fashion aside, because we could fill a segment this way.
Yes, we have.
I'm talking about something that you hear in your office often, because I know a lot of your clients get that term, that maximum medical improvement, and are like, wait, what does this mean?
Yeah. Or they'll call me up and say, my doctor just told me that he put me at MMI. What does that mean? And it's short for maximum medical improvement. And it's a legal term that's actually defined in the Florida statute, chapter 440, that governs workers' compensation. And it's a very significant term for a lot of people for a number of different reasons. First and foremost, if the person is receiving biweekly checks from workers' compensation because they either are on light duty restrictions or on a no work status, typically don't see MMI, off of a no work status, but it means that the doctor has nothing further treatment-wise that he can do to improve your condition. We call it remedial versus palliative care. So remedially, the doctor does not believe that there's anything else he can provide to improve your condition. Doesn't mean that you won't continue to need ongoing care that would keep you status quo. But that the doctor, for instance, a lot of times surgeons, if you're no longer a surgical candidate, maybe you've already had surgery, you've recuperated from the surgery, even if you're not back to 100%, at some point the doctor is going to put you at maximum medical improvement. What that does is it triggers whether or not you're entitled to permanent total disability benefits, impairment benefits, or other types of benefits. It also can change. Typically, you don't get charged to go to doctor's appointments. But once you're placed at maximum medical improvement by all of your doctors, you now have a $10 copay. So it is very significant. The most significant things is it can change your compensation through the workers' comp system.
So it sounds like something that I would think that, maybe you'd only hear once, but you're saying so many people you work with do have multiple doctors. And just because one puts you on, you need all of them to really see that.
Correct. So for instance, if someone has multiple injuries, let's say they have, they hurt their knee and their back, and they have a doctor specifically for the knee and they have a doctor for the back, or they have an ankle doctor and a psychiatrist. All of the doctors must put you at maximum medical improvement before your benefits would expire if they still have you under restrictions.
Well, and of course, too, I would hear that term and my mind would go to like worst case scenario, but you're saying just because you get that still just opens up another door. It doesn't mean it's anything to be like, It's
not anything to stress about, except for the fact that it could stop your biweekly checks. And it will determine, so at the same time of MMI, the doctor will determine whether or not you have a permanent impairment rating pursuant to the 1996 Florida Impairment Guidelines. And there's a whole math equation to equate what those benefits could be, but it's not going to be the same as what your biweekly checks were. And eventually those do expire.
Well, and you know what I like too, you just talked about, the statute that affected this and how it was able to, keep you in mind. That I think shows your expertise and how this is really a focus of you and what Injury Florida Law Firm is able to bring to your clients.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. Just workers' compensation. So, I've been on the other side. I've defended employer carriers for workers' compensation. Obviously, over the last 10 plus years, all I do is represent injured workers.
Well, that's a good place to go ahead and share her contact information one more time. If you have any questions about workers' compensation, find yourself needing some help, it's better to get in touch with her sooner rather than later. Of course, injuryfloridalawfirm.com is where you can go, as well as the phone number. Katherine, thank you so much. Good to see you.